Karmelo Anthony's motion for a new trial has officially been denied after 2 days of arguments and testimony that the original jury never heard. Judge Michael Chitty decided to rule against Karmelo Anthony's request. And that's what we're going to talk about. But before we do, I need you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you're alerted the next time I upload a new video. Now, here's the big question. Does this ruling stop Karmelo Anthony's fight for freedom? Absolutely not. And that's what we're about to get into. Karmelo Anthony's motion for a new trial may have been denied by Collin County Court. Of course, that's what I expected. I'm not sure if you did, but I did. It's the same county, different judge, same county. Nevertheless, Karmelo's new legal team has stated that's just a stepping stone. They're moving forward to the Fifth Circuit Court of Criminal Appeals, and that's where it really matters, because now everything that was brought out in testimony in this trial here makes the fight even better, especially that gentleman's agreement, because that's grounds for ineffective assistance of counsel, definitely, because that off the record handshake agreement should have never happened. Should have never happened. Like the prosecutor said, that's just what we do in Texas. That's not what they do around the rest of the United States. That handshake should have never happened, in my opinion. That's not an attorney that I would want. And listening to other attorneys that have spoke on this case, and I am in agreement with them, Karmelo family should have never gotten a local attorney. They should have went out of that county and got an attorney, because the way Toby Shook and the prosecutor explained how good friends they were, even though Toby Shook and them did take the stand and they were testifying for Karmelo, it does not matter. You guys, that backdooring and that country club meetup and all of that should have, no. He should have went out of that county. He should have never had a local attorney, in my opinion, and the opinion of other attorneys that's speaking out on it now. When it came time to testify, that's all the prosecutor kept saying was, you trust me, right? You trust me. I knew then, when they explained all that was going on in the courtroom, I knew. And then when Judge Chitty allowed the prosecutor to take the stand, when they had made, they had already ruled in the beginning of the motion for a new judge that the prosecutor couldn't be a prosecutor and a witness. But because all of a sudden the motion wasn't raised during this particular motion for a new trial, the judge allowed him to testify. When that happened, I knew too, because I can't remember who it was that was there in Texas, came out, and he got up and walked out of the courtroom after that because it was so disgusting. I knew it was over then too. That's why I hadn't said anything other than my first video on it. You know, I'm praying for the best, but after slick shit like that happens, it's over. It was a wrap then. Yes, there was disparaging text messages and disparaging bad character evidence on both parts. But in my opinion, my true opinion, had they had to let it come in, then they would have saw Karmelo's position in it. I don't care what you guys say, because I don't trust the prosecutor, because this is the thing. The prosecutor had he came to the defense multiple times with this gentleman's agreement, and they kept turning it down because what he was bringing them wasn't worth it compared to the Metcalf boys' bad character acts. He was digging and digging and digging until he could find anything that he could hold on to. And I'm going to tell you what he did. He lied. Some of those text messages, a lot of you are not going to agree with me. That's because you don't know, or you're not privy to the internet. You're not privy to iCloud. Some of those messages were uploaded from his laptop where he plays video games. And if you know these video games, you know exactly where that licking the knife and the blood come from. It's on video games. So all that, miss me with it. Miss me with it. You could come for me in my comments. I don't care. This is my opinion. I have sons that play those games. I hear what goes on the microphone. I see the text messages. Go look at your child's text messages. I guarantee you there's some in there. See, you don't check your child's text messages. I guarantee you they're going back and forth with different things about the video games on there. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. What matters most now is the Court of Criminal Appeals. They took a stab at Collin County to see if they would be fair. They weren't fair. So this is why Collin County, in my opinion, dug up a retired judge. Because what does he have to lose? He's already retired. But he just had a case overturned last year. So what does that tell you about him? I knew that when I found that out. I knew this man didn't give a damn. I knew they had pulled him in to reside over this case because he had nothing to lose. He already retired. Hell, if he loses bar license, he don't care. Not in my opinion, evidently. Karmelo will get a new trial through the Court of Criminal Appeals, in my opinion. At least that's what I pray. And I want them to bring all those text messages. I want all that brought in. Yes, he still said some other stuff too that really I was like, you know, and that boils down to the parents. But that's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. I don't understand it. I didn't raise my children that way. I don't know, okay? I don't know. My boys is totally different. But nevertheless, to me, it was a boy that was at a new school trying to prove that he was tough. But he also had issues where they moved from. So I don't even know. I don't know. But all I know is it's called fairness. And 35 years is not fair when you just gave someone 7 years for doing something worse than this, you know, at trial. So no, I'm not in agreement. He deserved a fair chance. In my opinion, it was self-defense. And everybody know it was self-defense. This is why Collin County have to pull at straws to try to make the shit work. And that's why he should have went outside that county and hired an attorney from outside of that county. But we're here now. We're here now. And with his new legal team, guaranteed, we will see justice in Karmelo Anthony's case. Drop down in the comments and let me know how you feel about this new information that has come out in Karmelo Anthony's case. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you're alerted the next time I upload a new video.